The office was never supposed to feel like a safe place. It was designed to be cold, efficient, and unemotional: glass walls, bright lights, and the constant hum of machines reminding everyone to be productive. Feelings didn't belong in a space built for deadlines, profit margins, and quarterly results. But that night, the office felt different. The sky outside the massive windows had collapsed into shades of gray and black. Rain scratched at the glass like it was trying to tell a story of its own. The city lights blurred behind the falling water, melting into streaks of gold and white. Most people had left hours ago. The cleaning staff had already passed our floor. Even the guards in the lobby downstairs were probably half asleep with their feet up on the desk. Only one small corner of the floor was still lit. My desk. And the chair in front of it, where she sat. Emma. She looked nothing like the woman everyone knew. Not the sharp-tongued negotiator. Not the confident presenter who could command a room full of executives twice her age. Not the woman who walked down the corridors as if the building had been constructed around her. Tonight, she looked fragile. Her shoulders were tense, arms wrapped around herself as if she was trying to keep something from spilling out. Her fingers twisted the silver ring on her hand again and again, like she was trying to rub away a thought instead of metal. "You didn't have to stay late," she said quietly, not looking up. "You could have gone home." "So could you," I replied gently. She let out a weak, humorless smile. "I don't think I would have survived the night if I had." Those words settled in the air between us. Heavy. Loaded. Dangerous. "Emma," I leaned back in my chair, careful not to push her. "What's wrong?" There was a long silence. Only the hum of the lights and the rain filled the room. Then she inhaled, slow, shaky, painful, like someone about to step off a cliff. "I can't hold it in anymore," she whispered. "I'm coming out." Time didn't exactly stop. It stretched. It bent. It held its breath with her. For a second, I just looked at her. Not in shock. Not in confusion. But in understanding of the weight behind those words. Of the years of silence. Of the hundreds of forced smiles. Of the lies she had told herself just to survive in a world that demanded she be something else. She finally looked at me. Her eyes were glassy, red, filled with fear. "You're the first person I'm telling this to," she said. "The only one. And if you react badly, I don't think I'll ever be able to trust another soul again." I stood up and slowly walked around my desk. I didn't touch her. I just stood near enough for her to feel that she wasn't alone. "This will be our little secret," I said softly. "Until you decide it's no longer a secret." Her lips parted in disbelief. You don't hate me?" "Hate you?" I almost laughed. "Emma, you're still the same person who fights for everyone in a meeting, the same person who stays late to help interns, the same person who once cried because a stray cat didn't eat the sandwich you left for it." Her eyebrows furrowed through tears. "You remember that?" "I remember everything that matters." A tear finally escaped down her cheek. Then another. And another. When she broke completely, not loudly, not dramatically, but quietly, like a dam cracking that had been holding back oceans for years. "I've been pretending my whole life," she choked out. "Pretending to like boys my parents chose for me. Pretending to enjoy conversations about weddings. Pretending that every comment about my future husband didn't make me feel like I was suffocating." I didn't interrupt her. She needed to unload years of silence. "I knew when I was 16, she whispered. "There was a girl in my class. She laughed at my stupid jokes. She smelled like strawberries. And when she touched my hand in the hallway, my entire world shifted. I felt alive, and terrified at the same time." Her eyes stared into the distance, reliving memories. I started praying for it to go away. I begged God to fix me. I dated boys thinking one of them would magically change how I felt. But nothing ever did. I just kept getting better at pretending. The rain outside grew heavier again, like applause for truth finally being spoken. "I'm not broken, am I?" she asked, looking at me like a lost child. "No," I said firmly. "You're just honest. And honesty is the bravest thing a person can be." That was the first time in her life someone had validated her instead of trying to change her. From that night on, everything changed, and yet, nothing changed. At work, we were the same professionals. The same co-workers. The same team battling deadlines and meetings. But in invisible spaces, we were something more. We became each other's anchor. She would send me messages like, "Today someone asked me why I'm still single. I almost told them. But I wasn't ready." And I would reply, "You don't owe anyone your truth until you're ready." Sometimes she'd catch my eye in meetings when conversations drifted into marriage, families, traditional values. I would give her a small nod, reminding her, "You are seen. You are safe." Slowly, she started to change, not into a different person, but into a more real version of herself. Her clothes reflected who she truly was. Her laughter became deeper. Freer. Real instead of rehearsed. She cut her hair shorter one day. "You like it?" she asked nervously. "I love it. It looks like you." For the first time, she liked her reflection instead of criticizing it. Months passed. One afternoon, she walked into the office with trembling hands. "I told my sister," she said. My heart jumped. "What happened?" She swallowed, then smiled through tears. She hugged me and said, "I've always known. I was just waiting for you to say it." Relief washed over me. "I told you. The right people stay." She nodded. "You stayed." There was something in her eyes then. Something deeper. Not romantic. Something more powerful. Gratitude. Trust. Love in its purest, safest form. "You were there when I needed the world to disappear," she said softly. I'll never forget that. The day she finally told everyone, her hands shook. The office fell silent as she stood in front of everyone, heart exposed, truth bare. "I'm not who you thought I was, and that's because I was afraid of being who I really am," she said with a brave, breaking voice. "But today, I choose myself. I am gay. And I'm done hiding." There was a pause. Then applause. Not from everyone, but from the ones who mattered. Some avoided her after that day. Some watched her from a distance. But many admired her. Respected her. Drew strength from her. She walked over to my desk when it was over. "It's done," she whispered. "And you're still here," I smiled. I've never felt more alive. Later that night, she texted me. Our little secret was the safest place I ever knew. Even now that the world knows, a part of me wishes I could go back to that room, that rain, that moment, when it was just us and the truth for the first time. I looked out my window, watching the same rain falling once more. And for the first time, I understood. Some secrets aren't meant to be hidden forever. They're meant to be protected, until they become wings.